Tashidelek, in today's episode of In Conversation with Tibettv, we have two special guests from Estonia who are leading the Estonian Parliamentary delegation to Dharamshala. The guests are Juku-Kalle Raid, member of Estonian Parliament and chair of the Parliamentary Support Group for Tibet, and Henn Polluaas, member of Parliament and former Speaker of Estonia. It is an honor to have you here on Tibettv, and welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Nice to have us here. It's so nice.
Okay, and to start with, your delegation is currently visiting Dharamshala, more specifically to attend the official celebration of the 11th Panchen Lama's 35th birthday here in Dharamshala. So can you share with us your experience of the exiled Tibetan community, and also tell us about your connection with Tibet? How did it start?
I think, of course, 1991, when His Holiness Dalai Lama visited first time Estonia, there was a huge crowd everywhere. Everyone came to see Dalai Lama. The same year we got our independence. So and it all flew together, and it was kind of very important event to Estonians because, well, we share kind of history. We had communist Russia, you have communist China, we all know what occupation is, and for me it was very interesting. I was 15 years old, okay. And second time when Dalai Lama came to Estonia was 2001, then I already met him personally because I knew organizers and I worked as journalist then in Estonian state television. And third time, 2011, I was already in Estonian Parliament, and then I was one of the organizers of Dalai Lama's visits. So, of course, it's interesting. So, and as I told you, Estonians care about Tibet and Tibetans because we have sympathy. So we really understand the situation. We know if you have a big and very, very unpleasant and cruel neighbor, what does it mean? So, for us, you don't have even to explain what are we talking about, and most of Estonians know it, and for that comes that this Tibetan support group in Estonian Parliament I'm leading. There are 16 members. It means every 7th person from Estonian Parliament belongs to our group. It's absolutely world record. Absolutely world record. But I think that our duty or purpose being here is to share the situation, not only Estonians, because Estonians, as I told you, know, but with other Europe. And as well, in Estonia, elections of European Parliament, European Union Parliament will come. It's very important to share with our new delegates to European Parliament what we have seen here, what we have learned here. And really, this trip has been very educative. We met with Dalai Lama, for me 4th time, yes. Then your President Penpa. Actually, he was in Estonia, I don't know, about a month ago or something. I invited him to. Yeah, January, yes, he was there, and he was visiting Estonian Parliament. I invited, and yeah, Dalai Lama President Parliament, of course, and well, ministers, and it was really interesting, educative, and I think useful, and we are going to share.
Thank you. And Mr. Henn, His Holiness has visited your country 3 times, like your collages have told us, in the last 3 decades. So can you explain to us the special relationship that the Estonian people and Tibet share, and also what significance does that hold today for you?
Of course, there is 1,000 of miles which separate Estonia and Tibet, but we have a lot of common things, and among them is occupation. And Estonia was also 50 years occupied by communists, and there is no difference. Is a communist Russia or Chinese. That's why we know exactly. We have saw it all what China is doing in Tibet, and of course we have a lot of sympathy for you, and we try to support in any way we could. And then during the Soviet occupation time, we had a lack of information. We didn't know too much about Tibet, but when Dalai Lama first came to Estonia in '91, then the situation changed. And I was also in the ground. I went to greeting him, and it was really a great honor to meet him yesterday personally. It was first time. And Estonia is a small country, but we can help you anyway in other countries over the world. We can explain the situation, we can talk about Tibet, what is going on. And I think this is a very important way to help you because words have the power. And as I told in Panchen Lama birthday celebration, in words happens a lot of miracles, and I believe that one special miracle is for Tibet, your independence.
That's wonderful.
It's for you. It will come.
Yeah, that's wonderful to see. Yeah, thank you. And also this question for Juku-Kalle. So Estonia is one of the 27 countries in the European Union today, right? And also, but I like to say that there is no specific EU policy towards Tibet in comparison to the other countries like US and Canada, which have clearer and more stronger stance from the Western countries, right? So what do you have to say about that? And also, are there any possibility that the European countries can follow that suit? This question is for both of you, but Juko, you can answer first.
Yeah, as you said, 27 different countries. It means 27 different politics and foreign affair politics. That's okay. That European Union is not one state. That's really okay. It helps to preserve our culture. It makes it interesting. Everyone has his own specifics. But of course, Eastern Bloc, who suffered under this communist Russia, there's no problem, as I said, explaining Tibet issues. Yes, we know it. Baltic states, Poland, Czechs, Slovaks, so on. There's nothing terribly new for us. Yes, but Southern Europe, they are so far from Russia, and they even didn't get the threat of today's Russia. So, but China is much more further. And yes, many European countries talk about business as usual with China, one China policy, so on. And it all was like that until Russia attacked Ukraine. Then suddenly, all of the European states understood that these kind of empires of cruelty make danger to all the world, not only his neighbors, but all to the world. The danger stays. And voila! And one day, in Europe, politicians started to think about China as well, so that loudly this business as usual policy is not talked anymore. And this is kind of opportunity, kind of window we can use to, yes, really explain to our European colleagues what is happening in Tibet, because they are already beginning to see that there's no difference about empires. When Russia succeeds, then China succeeds. When China is successful, then Russia is successful. And we all know that China has threatened to occupy Taiwan, and so on. And these threats are world is beginning to take much more seriously. And I think it's good for you. The movement is right. Yeah.
There's also this new policy stance, de-risking.
Yeah, about new policy, it takes time, as all the democratic processes take time. You know, you have democratic parliament, you know it, of course. In dictatorship, everything happens like that, as dictator says. Democracy takes time, but still, I think it's a longer lasting system, all in all, than dictatorships, because every empire and every dictatorship falls to dust. Soviet Union showed us, and I think the same stuff is going to happen with China, and the more the world understands that China is danger to every state. They want to take over. They want to kind of their own China policy. It's danger to the world, and I think the world is beginning to open his eyes. Yes.
Yeah, more stands are visible now.
Yeah.
Mr. Henn, what's your thoughts?
I think that understanding about totalitarian communist regime in Western Europe stopped there when were stopped Russian troops during the Second World War. Those nations who were occupied, conquered, we know exactly what it means. But other countries, big Western countries, they don't have this experience, and this situation lasts till this Ukrainian-Russian war. And if before that we visit, I'm a member of Foreign Affairs Committee as well, Vice Chairman, and we visit our colleagues in other countries, Germany, France, etc., etc., and told them and warning them that something will happen, Russia will attack. They said no, this is not impossible. But it happened. And now we see clearly that the eyes are going open, and not only about Russia but about China as well. So the geopolitical situation is very fast changing, and I think that now it's a much better situation to Tibetans talk about your of course, middle way politics, but I think that now you have much better situation to talk about freedom of Tibet, because I think the whole other world, especially Western world, will notice those things and problems in this moment much better.
And as we wrap up this interview, could you briefly tell us about your status of your support and solidarity with the Tibet by the Estonian people in your country, in your government at the moment?
At the moment, as I said, every 7th Parliament member belongs to Tibet support group, and this tells for itself the interest is great in Estonia. And as we saw a very good documentary here about your parliament, how it's working, and I asked I take it to Estonia and show to whole Estonian Parliament as well, and of course to Estonian television as well, so Estonians can see and get acquainted with that. But as I said, yes, our Estonians have great interest for the subject, and we are very keeping and hoping that you get your freedom. You're worth it.
Thank you.
A sign of this support is this fact that we are today here in Tramsala, and then showing our friendship and support for you, and our people, Estonians, share it. There is no doubt about it. And it's very, very important to have different contacts in political, cultural level, and speak about those issues. And this is what we are doing here. And as Juku has said, There is a lot of delegates who are in a Tibet support group, and when we go back, I hope there will be more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure about it.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for taking out your time today and talking to us about Estonian support for Tibet, and we hope that you continue to support us. And thank you so much for just being here for
Thank
us,
you.
for Tibet.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.